so confident as always. You know, this is my first no time limit match since Keenan, the first time, and my second no time limit match since black belt. So I'm excited to get back in there. It's been 4 years since my last no time limit match. So I'm really excited for it. I don't really see Kyle wrestling for too long. You know, I see he's more of a guard player. He does play around a little bit on the feet, but I see him coming out, maybe testing the water standing, and then sitting to guard, or jumping to guard or jumping to a Kani Masami. I'm definitely gonna try to finish him inside 10 minutes. People have been asking me about what submission, and I'm just so excited to do a no time limit match. I'm just gonna freestyle the submission. So I'm not gonna call out any submissions, but I do want to finish him in under 10 minutes. I wanna go out there and make a statement and just show everybody that I'm not the rest of these guys that he competes against.
What is Nikki's the hottest person in this room right now. For informational purposes.
I'm excited to get back out there. You know, grappling's finally starting back up, so I'm you know, just grateful that I was able to get on the card.
What interests you about this match with Rotolo?
Well, one thing that really is interesting is that I'm more of like a guard player, and he's more of a passer. So it's going to be interesting, you know, see us both clash up. You know, he had an amazing performance at ADCC, showed some really good passing, and at ADCC I mostly played guard, so I think it'll be an interesting matchup. You know, I think it'll definitely be very high paced. You know, both of us like to just go at it. You know, it's very rare that you see either one of us stalling. So I do think that the match will end pretty quickly. I think that I'll be able to leg lock.
It feels good to be back. Like, I was here pretty recently to face Tama, and yeah, it's always nice coming back here. The weather's a lot better, and yeah, it's cool. So I see the match going maybe similar to how Nikki faced him a while ago, because they were both a lot smaller. You know, they both put on a lot of weight, so it's still, I guess, a good sort of barometer to how the match could go, maybe. Yeah, I see him basically trying to darce me and trying to push the pace, and I see myself trying to enter his legs and look for heel hooks while also trying to push the pace. You know, I think we're both good scramblers, and we don't really slow down.
And we are live. Welcome to Who's Number One tonight here in Dallas, Texas. Who's Number One FloGrappling? We bring you Gordon Ryan versus Kyle Bain in a no time limit submission only match. But then the main card we will go to Cade Rotolo versus Ethan Crawlingston. Ty Rotolo versus Nikki Ryan. This is next gen Atos versus next gen Danaher Dead Squad. Tonight, who's number one? Well, we're really going to find out exactly who is that number one.
Fighting out of the red corner from New York City, making her fight to win debut, representing the Danaher Death Squad team, Enzo Gracie, Natalia Santoro.
It's the first appearance here of a Danaher Death Squad member.
Kicking off here in match number 3 tonight, we've got Natalia Santoro, the Brazilian, now based in New Jersey. So, just a reminder for our viewers, April Thompson on the left with the long black spats in the short shorts. Nat Santoro sits to seated guard immediately.
Comes right up almost on a sweep here.
And I gotta say,
for a
you know what,
trap.
Chase, I like that. I like using the guard to come up immediately, because, you know, why waste time wrestling if you can just pull guard and then you can sit up and wrestle from there. It eliminates all the tiresome level changing, the tiresome hand fighting, and there is a nice guillotine.
Interesting setup here, almost puts yourself in a double leg, but she's really hunting that headlock. Transitions there, maybe going for a guillotine moment there.
Nice wrapping up of the legs and moving around to the side there from April Thompson.
Thompson needs to respond with a sub attack if she wants to have a shot here.
Good job in controlling that ankle, and now blocking the hip and settling down into this crossbody pin. Good work in getting up to her knees, and a beautiful escape there from Santoro. Guard recovery. Man, I thought she was dead to rights there for a second. Triangle. Throws up the triangle in the transition.
Scoop the leg.
Here's your angle. Cutting the angle, hooking the near side leg. That is good work. She's got the hand on the back of the head, and there's the tap. There is the tap. Our second submission of the night. Natalia Santoro of Brazil wins via triangle choke submission.
Natalia Santoro.
All right, here with Natalia Santoro, won by submission here at Who's Number One. How you feeling right now? Very good. It's definitely a relief when you can finish a match with a submission.
Yeah, you hit a triangle. Is a triangle one of your favorite submissions? Do you do triangles a lot, or?
Yes, I do. I usually do more back attacks than leg locks, right? I'm more confident at, but triangles definitely. We have to have the entire system, chained together.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I was pretty confident too, for sure.
Yeah, it's gotta be pretty cool. I mean, over there in your corner, like you said, you're a blue belt. You got John Danaher and Gordon Ryan, right?
Yeah. Well, it is really good, but it's also really bad because there's a lot of pressure. Those guys are the best in the planet, I can say.
What's next for you coming up? You gonna be trying to take a lot more super fights?
Of course. Any actually good big stage match, I'm really willing to do everything.
All right, congrats again. Great performance, win by submission here. Who's number one? Natalia Santoro.
Thank you.
And fighting out of the red corner from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, representing Danaher Death Squad Team Enzo Gracie, the number 10 lightweight in the world, Professor Ethan Crawlingston.
And here we go. Ethan Crawlingston, now based in New Jersey, lives in the same house as Gordon Ryan. Man, imagine the daily training he gets.
Cade's all smiles off the mats, but man, he's got a serious look on his face right now.
Game face.
To waste no time with a lot of action.
To compete and competitive with the leg lock strategies of the Danaher Death Squad team.
I think it's safe to say they're completely different animals at this point, and they barely had committed to no-gi competition. They were IBJJF juvenile competitors when they took on those guys.
Yeah, that's a really good point. They were, nicely steamer lock there from Rotolo, but rolling and spinning non-stop. It maybe looks like the leg locks are more dangerous than they appear to be, because really Crawlingston hasn't had a look at a submission, but he is just non-stop in trying to get to those entanglement positions. These guys are just throwing the techniques at each other, but I gotta say, as active as Rotolo has been, as much movement as there has been, I'm yet to see any legit attacks, shall we say.
Well, hold on there. We may be seeing one in action at the moment. I can't tell. No arm in there in that triangle.
No, it was kind of a reverse triangle, upside down triangle, but there's a straight arm lock attempt. Whoa, sneaky. Yeah, this is good work from Crawlingston, slowing the match down. I think that's really, really smart here, because everybody knew that the Rotolo brothers would come out like a bat out of hell. They would come out so fast, they would come out so hard, and with such energy, that Crawlingston, he knew that he'd have to match that speed and match that pace.
Cade looks like he's maybe hunting for a straight ankle lock of his own.
Going for his own heel hook here now. Rotolo just to find his way back on the top. And this is the story of this match so far, Chase. It's just really, they've barely settled down into a position in maybe one solid position that you can really name in 11 minutes of fighting at this stage. Crawlingston clearly ahead on the let's say imaginary scorecards here, because the referees are closely watching this match and assigning value to every position, every exchange, every submission attempt that is taking place. Diving on a steamer lock. Did I hear a pop then? I thought I could hear a pop from here for a second. He really bellied into that. But now Crawlingston back on a leg attack of his own. 5 seconds remaining into this leg lock exchange, and we're going to go to the judges to see exactly who takes this.
Referees, raise your flags. Your winner, out of the blue corner, Rotolo.
Yeah, I did what I could. I definitely got tired, and from what I hear, Cade told me he was pretty tired too, so we were both sort of pushing the pace. And again, I guess I just made the same mistake, sort of letting him get those shallow sub attempts, which sort of add up. I thought I definitely won positionally, but I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. Like, I guess I have to change my game somehow. I did what I could. What can I say? Clearly, it's on me what I have to do to change that, and yeah, I hope the match was at least exciting for those out there watching. I don't know, but yeah.
I was somewhat puzzled by the decision. I thought I'm not going to say anything, it was a great match, but Ethan was mounted for almost a third of the match, so I was a little perplexed by the decision there. but part of it is just adaptation to the rule set. We've been doing a lot of positional work lately as preparation for the next ADCC cycle. Positionally, he dominated tonight. He was, as I said, mounted for almost a third of the match, and at no point in any kind of positional danger. Even in the submission attempts, I think I scored him a little ahead on that, but that was a rough decision, I think. But yeah, if he had just upped the rate of submissions, even if they weren't serious attempts at submissions by this rule set, he probably would have won the decision.
Winning the wrist, moving the head, beating the knee. That's it.
The record of 2 wins and no losses. The number 8 welterweight in the world, representing Team Penzo Gracie Danaher Death Squad, Nikki Ryan.
Coming to the mat, one of the greatest technical minds of his, let's say, his generation. One of the most prodigious teenagers that we've seen enter the sport in a long time. Nikki Ryan, the younger brother of the notorious, the #1 pound-for-pound nogi grappler in the world, Gordon Ryan. Nikki himself ranked number 8 in the world at 66 kilos, but now moving up as he grows, as he fills out, now comfortably competing in the 170-pound division. This is a 170 match.
Again, these athletes wasting no time getting things going. One of the most anticipated matches of the night. We knew it would look like a guard player versus the passer here, as Ty really puts the pace on Nikki. Transitioning back and forth, back and forth. Wow, even looking at a foot there briefly.
Yeah, mixing up in the middle of that transition and the countering Nikki Ryan's guard recovery with a little toe hold.
Sorry, I'm just mesmerized by the action going on in front of me. These guys are just transitioning so fluidly through these positions.
I mean, this is very reminiscent of the match of Cade Rotolo versus Ethan Crawlingston. His guard is looking phenomenal at this stage. Nikki Ryan doing such a good job of fending off Rotolo's attacks.
Yeah, Nikki looks composed, but he has not been able to enter his A game at this point in the match.
You know, the interesting thing here, Chase, as well, strategically, this constant forward pressure, everything that Nikki is doing so far is defensive. He hasn't really been able to enter into a single solid offensive position, whereas in the match earlier with Crawlingston, he was. Crawlingston was able to get in on leg entanglements. He was able to go after the legs.
Heavy, don't lose the control. Heavy.
You have to think a sense of urgency is creeping over Nikki here as minutes tick off on this.
There. Huge, almost settling down into the guard pass. Ryan just about manages to get and keep a knee in between them.
Nikki escapes that position.
He does, but look at that beautiful little redirection of the legs. Once again, Rotolo still really, he's got Ryan on the run at this point.
Nikki taking some deep breaths there.
Oh, and that was really nice. Using the steamer lock to force Ryan to roll and jumping down onto this folding pass position mid-roll. That was very smart tactics from Rotolo. Really good work. And look at the way the leg work. He passes over now into side control position once again. All came from that very brief leg lock attempt.
Coming into the closing 30 seconds of the match. Really impressive performance from Ty. We've been wrong before tonight, so let's see what the judges have to say about this scenario.
I'm looking for a guillotine here, but I'm not sure if that's close. And the time will run out. And we come to the end of the 15 minutes. A very different match to Cade versus Ethan earlier.
Referees, raise your flags. Your winner out of the blue corner, Ty Rotolo.
All right, you're Ty Rotolo, winner by unanimous decision tonight over Nikki Ryan. Big win. How you feeling right now?
Feel good. Yeah, stuck to win. He was doing a good job of tightening his arms, so I was having a hard time trying to find the guards and headlock and stuff, but Nikki's really tough. It was a good match. Thank you.
Obviously, Nikki's a huge win. It's a big star in the game. Is there anybody you're looking at for a super fight coming up after this one?
Any guys in 77. Gary's ranked really high. Anyone in 77.
All right, congrats again, Ty.
So yeah, man, they're up and comers, both him and his brother, and I respect that. Of course, Nikki being one as well, and we have other junior members of the team that are trying to work their way up the ladder. Man, I loved it. I love the spirit of it. I think it'll be great to give them a chance at overcoming somebody that's been in the sport for a really long time, and great for me to show that I'm still at the top, and I'll try to be kicking these kids down off my throne for a little while, We'll see how it goes, but I think it'd be a very exciting matchup.
Yeah, Ty came out with a good game plan, put a crazy high pace on. I got gassed out pretty quick, and then he was able to work his game and pass me like 2 or 3 times. One thing that I noticed that I was doing was I was so focused on trying to pull him into me, whereas when I was pulling, he was pulling back. I should have started pushing as well, coming up on doubles and things like that. The whole match was just me trying to drag him forward, and at no point did I start to come up and actually push back into him.
Nikki and Ethan they've always had a fascinating history with the Rotolo twins. They've been successful against them in the past, winning by submission. But you must understand the Rotolo twins are very young, like Nikki, and they're growing rapidly. So you can expect their physicality to improve over time. And Mr. Rotolo deserved his victory. I thought he fought splendidly and did a great job shutting down Nikki's dangerous leg game. So congratulations to him, a fine match.
The 3-time ADCC champion and the #1 pound-for-pound no-gi grappler in the world, representing the Danaher Death Squad, Team Henzo Gracie, King Gordon Ryan.
Gordon Ryan is the #1 pound-for-pound no-gi grappler in the world, and he has earned that title by winning double gold at the IBJJF No-Gi World Championships, double gold at the ADCC World Championships 2019. He is a 3-time ADCC gold medalist, a specialist in multiple rule sets, rule formats, does not matter. Chase, this guy is the best no-gi grappler on the planet. Kyle Bain on the left, Gordon Ryan on the right. Now Gordon Ryan, remember that this is a no time limit submission match, Chase. There will be no break, there will be no overtime, there will be no points, there will be no decision. The only way that one of them will win this match is by finishing his opponent. But Gordon said he aims to finish Kyle Bain within 10 minutes. But in the corner of Kyle Bain is the 10th Planet founder, the creator of that famous no-gi system, Eddie Bravo, going head to head with John Danaher.
First decisive action there. We see a reset in the middle. Match has gone to the ground here. Gordon pulling guard.
Now, of course, our clock is counting up as opposed to down. Give us an idea of how long has elapsed, because this match, Chase, let's hope not, but we could be here a while.
I'm pacing myself, Al. I'm pacing myself. Bain seemed to think that his best chance at opening a submission attack here would be the heel hook, but it's hard to imagine which universe Gordon Ryan being submitted by heel would be living in at this point, but who knows?
Yeah, that grip that Bain has, the scoop grip underneath the underhook, underneath that leg. You know, you want to talk about strength? Let's talk about Kyle Bain's background as a professional rock climber. You know, he was a very high-level rock climber at one point. He said he dedicated himself as his athletic career to rock climbing, and they are
able to enter here into a much more favorable position back in the city.
It's like a 50-50 here, but
in a leg lock shootout of Gordon is a scary idea.
Is indeed on a heel hook is Gordon Ryan. Nice escape there from the position.
Gordon right back on it though, and weighing on Kyle.
And I just feel like, there we go, there's another entry into that leg drag position. Good footwork this time from Kyle Bain. But a back attack. Wow. Almost on the arm bar here. Fantastic work from Gordon Ryan, locking on the triangle here. This could be it. We could see the match end at this point. Just over 12 minutes in, Gordon Ryan using the scramble. We thought he's going to go for the armbar, put it onto the triangle, side armbar. Here it comes, extending the arm. Kyle Bain just about managing to keep his elbow in. That looks dangerous, pressure on the shoulder. There it is, there's the finish. Gordon Ryan wins via, let's call it, modified triangle with a little bit of a shoulder lock mixed in for good measure.
Your winner by armbar, the King, Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, I'm pumped to just get back. First of all, competing, and especially competing no time limit. No time limit has always been my favorite rule set. As far as the performance, I thought I was kind of split 50-50 on is he going to come out and pull guard like he usually does, or is he going to try to force top position because he knows that I'm a very good passer. So I went out there and I played around a little bit, felt him out, and then it was quite evident that he wanted to be on top. So I was like, okay, we'll just take top position. And then when I realized he wasn't going to engage, I was like, okay, let me try to pick the pace up a little bit here. And then I did get on top of him. I managed to sweep him, and hopefully that last transition looked as sick on camera as I thought it felt in the transition. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take his back. Oh, I'm gonna mount him. Oh, I'm gonna armbar him. Oh, I'm gonna triangle him. Oh, I finished with Americana. And I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. So hopefully it was entertaining.
Gordon is he's a difficult guy to hold off. He's just relentless, and he kept pouring on pressure. Early on it was standing, then it was from bottom position, then eventually he gained top position, and then in a scramble between top and bottom position, he went for a submission hold. It was a beautifully applied submission. Started off as an armbar, then morphed into a triangle, and then it finally evolved into triangle and armbar together. And it was actually a pretty nasty break at the end. The angle of the arm was unusual. It wasn't straight. It was like an American lock from a triangle, and so it was a nasty break.
It's been 2 years now that I've been, #1 pound for pound grappler in the world. Still here. Sorry.
Gordon Ryan, folks, not going anywhere.
This has been a very odd time for jiu-jitsu, but it's wonderful to be down here in Texas where everything's a lot more open and a lot more normal. And it was wonderful just to be back and seeing people in the audience and seeing some figures. It was good to see Andre Galvan was here, Eddie was here, Eddie Bravo. Just good to see familiar faces. It's good for the soul, So we're thrilled to be just back in any form of competition. And tonight was great. They had some very good people here, some exciting matches, a lot of young talent, a couple of superstars at the end. So it was a very good show. They did a great job. And as I said, we're just thrilled to be back and running around out on the mat again.